Hear the incredible story of the world's biggest rock band, We Are the Thousand, right here on the Music Universe podcast.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm not bad. How about you, brother?
I'm good. I'm a little blind. I got more light for the studio.
Okay.
It was a beautiful day here in DC. Staying cool in the apartment because it was like 70, but it felt more like 80. But there was a nice breeze. How's the weather where you are?
Not too bad. It kind of is strange around here sometimes. It goes from cold to about 2 weeks of spring, it seems, and then it jumps to the warm temperature. So it's been in, the 70s, 80s here, upper 70s into the 80s. I mean, the air's on, but on occasion I have to crank it up just to stay a little warmer because I don't like it too cold.
Well, one of the many things I remember about the miserable year of 2020 is that it took until May for the weather to get really nice, and we've been having nicer weather since March. 1 week will be in the 70s, the next will plummet to the 40s, but I think now we're solidly into spring weather, and I'm glad that it's here early. So yes, have we really run out of things to talk about that we end up talking about the weather?
Not really.
No, because you got a really unique interview. I didn't get the chance to participate in it, but the We Are the Thousands Foo Fighter, is it a tribute band? What is this? I'm still confused.
So there was a gentleman by the name of Fabio, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I can't. An Italian fella. He wanted to get the Foo Fighters' attention and try to get them to play their small town in Italy. So he started casting basically musicians to put together 1,000 people to play one of their songs, and he did, and it captured the band's attention. And they even went and flew over there and performed like a 3-hour private concert for them. And then the band has grown at this point to like 19,000 musicians, believe it or not.
Wow.
And all these people that are featured in the film actually traveled at their own expense. And it's quite interesting. There are 250 drummers, 350 guitars, 250 singers, and 150 bassists, all gathering in this field in, I believe it's Cessna. I don't know how that's how you say it or not, but and played "Learn to Fly" by the Foo Fighters. And the film captures the making of that, and then a little bit beyond that as well. So I had a chance to chat with the director. Her name's Anita Rivaroli, and she is living in Italy. So it was like 6 p.m. there and like 9 a.m. where I'm at in California earlier this week. So very cool to do that. But I'll say the film, you could only see it as of now at South by Southwest online. It was supposed to premiere last year, and we all know what happened there. So they moved it to this year, and she'll say towards the end of it where you'll be able to see it next. So without further ado, let's chat with Anita. Anita Rivaroli with us on the Music Universe podcast. Anita, thank you for joining me. I know you're in Rome right now, correct?
Yes. Hi. Hello, buddy. I'm happy to be here speaking with you. And I'm in Rome today.
All right. Well, so glad to have you. I know that this film, We Are the Thousand, is blowing up the internet. It was supposed to premiere last year at South by Southwest, and we all know what happened there. It premiered
Correct.
this year online, and I've seen it. I reviewed it. It's such a really neat film. Tell us how you became involved in putting this out there.
Okay. So I knew Fabio since high school. We are close friends and we are from the same hometown, which is Cesena. So, I mean, I was involved in the process since the very beginning. Uh, at the very first, we wanted to, just do this big, unique event. And I was in charge of shooting the video clip that we had to put online to convince the Foo Fighters to come and play in our hometown. But as soon as we start working on this event, and this lasted 1 year, it was a year of working, building up all the everything we needed to do this event. I understood that it was just a stunt, just this massive gig we wanted to do. I was interested in the musician that were applying on our platform, that they wanted to join us, and we had some musicians that drove miles and miles at their own expenses
Mhm.
to come and stay with us. I mean, I wanted to dig deeper in this story, in understand better, and I start shooting, and I said, guys, we should do a documentary about that. But because at the very beginning we didn't have any money, there was no sponsor, no production company attached. I started with my with what I have, which was a Canon 5D, so a very simple camera. And then I start the process in this way. And after the first video, after everything, we we got a little bit more constructed with the production company, and I managed to finish this documentary. I begin as self producer. I mean,
It was really neat to see that story come together and to see how all these musicians of 1,000 people. I mean, that had right there had to be hard to direct 1,000 musicians. I mean, obviously they're playing, they're in their element, but what was it like to have that many people under you and to really capture this story?
well, speaking about the video and everything I had to manage to sort a crew, to me, the challenge was basically to decide how to put the cameras on this very big field, because the field that 1,000 musicians occupied at that time was larger, like it was, yeah, similar a soccer field. So it was a huge place. And as I told before, with so little money we had, I had to sort out a crew in order to shoot the best we can with it was just 1 day of shooting because it was a live event, and that. But also all all the thing was very hard to organize with on the production side, on the audio technical side, because we need to amplify a lot of instruments.
Hmm.
And the audio team was a very, very big team, and I always thank them because they did the most difficult job, and they did everything because they managed to amplify, record, and then mix all these instruments that were playing together. So yeah, it was a massive effort.
Yeah, it's and the documentary really shows that story, and it was neat to see the maestro up there on the platform. Did you get to? I don't recall if you were up there or not, but did you get to go up there and just kind of have to direct people, or was it just kind of him up there taking charge?
No, actually, I the music conductor is Marco Sabio, a well-known Italian composer and a friend. After this experience, I mean, he was in charge to keep all the orchestra together, and I was busy on the field, with the camera operators and managing all that stuff. And he was the one in charge who had to take decisions after, for example, the first rehearsal we had,
Hmm.
and it was a total mess, and we were really afraid because we work a lot for 1 year, and when we saw that the drummers couldn't play in sync, that there was a lot of delay, we just panicked. We freaked out because we were, I mean, tired of all we did for a lot of months, and it was Marco, actually, the music conductor, that at that moment was positive and kept the orchestra together in, just saying simple stuff like, stay focused, let's try it again, and very quietly, calmly, firmly he succeed to get the drummers confident of what they were doing. So after that, I mean, the band started to flow, and we were able to shoot that video, and they enjoyed a lot. I mean, it was a success for everyone, because I can say that at the very beginning, that morning, that day, no one was really confident that we could make it, actually.
You see this chain of events leading up to that video, and it looked like it was complicated. I mean, you had it looked like street lights kind of as a click track or something. It looked like. Plus, I guess the drummers had it going in their ears. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. We only had money to buy headphone for the drummers, and for all the other musicians, they had to follow the lights we had, and it worked. It worked. I mean, we didn't know at that time if it was a good, way to keep all the people in sync, but it worked. So we kept on using it, the lights, um, after on the second and the third, I mean, the following events, because even though now any musician has a track to follow, it's something that helps you to also to follow the music conductor. So I mean,
Yeah, and I guess there was a lot of technical aspects that some of the video likely didn't show. I mean, you had to sync those lights to an audio track, obviously, but you guys were just in this field that really didn't have it wasn't equipped with electricity, correct? So you guys had to bring all that in yourself?
yes, we had to. I mean, in the documentary, I explained that for that event, we just collect 40,000 euros, which was a really small amount of money to organize. I mean, and we had to do, ask to colleagues and people who wanted to join. And luckily for us, we met amazing people that were professionals that went, for free at the time.
Mhm.
And they did it because the idea was so crazy and was a little bizarre. And I mean, I think they get contagious, like they get involved because they wanted to see. I cannot explain actually how such professional people wanted to join us at that very beginning, because we were a little bit amatorial at that time.
Mhm.
But we try to organize everything at the best we can.
It was incredible to see that kind of camaraderie come together and see, 250 drummers, 250 guitarists, 250 singers, 150 bassists, just do it. You guys do your thing, the audio team do theirs, and it drew the Foo Fighters. I mean, how did that feel that it actually grabbed their attention? They actually showed up, they met with you, they're in the film, and they performed a 17-song set. How did that feel?
I mean, that was something unpredictable. We didn't expect that, but we really loved it to that happened. And for example, Fabio was the most confident among the team, because he kept saying, "I'm sure that if this video works, Dave Grohl for sure will come." And actually, I mean, they came, and it was amazing meeting them. It was, just a great satisfaction after all that work. I mean, and the band was friendly. They were actually really curious knowing how we managed all the stuff, especially Dave Grohl asked a lot of questions about the audio team because he was really, curious, and he couldn't imagine how we managed to get all these instruments in the mix and stuff. So yeah, it was great. And I mean, after that, the story just didn't end because we thought, okay, that's the end of the story. The Foo Fighters came, they gave the concert, we are happy, end of the story.
Hmm.
But to me, the magic, the most surprising thing was that these people that they didn't know each other, so they were strangers.
Hmm.
Just after that experience, they wanted to play again. They felt they were part of a community or something similar to a community, and they start asking Fabio to just create something else for them. And that's how the largest rock band on earth was born. Like, it was a need of this kind of musician, of these people that maybe they are not professional, they don't do this job, they have a normal life, but they love playing,
Hmm.
and they want to play, and maybe they don't have many occasion of doing that. So I mean, um, the project is born after a desire, a need of these people that they wanted to play
Yeah.
in this large, big composition.
Yeah, and I know I mentioned that the Foo Fighters played 17 songs. They actually performed 3 hours, so I know that was quite a bit more.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot to talk about the
Oh, no worries.
yeah the, the concert in Cesena. You mean
Yeah.
the private concert they gave? It was great because I mean Cesena is a very small town, so we have this tiny venue
Hmm.
that guest, I can say maybe 2000 or maybe 2005, between 2 and 3,000 people. So it's a tiny place,
Hmm.
and they perform a lot. As you said, they sang for 3 hours. It was more like a big party, like a party with
Yeah.
you know
Oh
a
yeah.
special guest.
Yeah, they're very friendly, and they even brought some of the We Are the Thousand, the Rockin' 1,000 players on stage, which is captured. And then, as you were mentioning before, the Rockin' 1,000 band actually performed a year later in Italy. They performed actually a 17-song set, and now it's grown to be over 19,000 musicians. Are you guys working on maybe something new to document that aspect of it?
There's no a new documentary project on that, but we keep on, putting out new ideas
Mhm.
to continue the storytelling of this incredible project. And I want to add that Rocking 1000, after that big concert in the stadium, started to tour Europe, and they perform in France, in Paris, and Frankfurt, and they had to stop this the last year due to the pandemic. But yeah, they will soon, hopefully, begin to tour again and organize massive concert in stadium.
Yeah, that's got to be a sight to see for sure. But I
Mm.
want to congratulate you on winning the show, or the film won the Southwest by Southwest, or the South by Southwest Audience Award for 2020 Spotlight
Yeah.
segment, because it was again supposed to debut last year. So congrats on that, and we look forward to the new ideas coming. But before we go, I know things are starting to, at least in the States here, getting back to normal. Um, a lot of artists are still postponing for Europe. How are things over there? Are you guys starting to finally get things back in order?
Not yet, unfortunately. Italy, France, especially we are still in lockdown, which means we are locked in our house, we cannot go out. So I mean, it's becoming to be a little bit stressful because people want to get back to normal life. And but well, we started the vaccination. They're going slow compared to US. I read that you're going pretty fast.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why you are getting back to normality. You know, you already have the feeling of that normality is coming back, while here in Europe it's is not is not the same. I I think, I'm not sure, but we will be able to attend concert the next year.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, the last 2 or 3 months of this year, maybe we could try to start something, but you know, we are postponing everything to 2022.
Yeah, I was fearful that was going to happen everywhere. But yeah, they have upped the qualifications. Here, I'm in California, so most of us don't qualify till next week. But I think they're
Mhm.
at that point where they've administered like 4 million doses here. So things are starting to open
Wow.
quicker and a little differently than what they had outlined. But yeah, a year on lockdown or more than a year at this point is that's just it would drive anybody nuts. So hopefully you guys will get back to it and we'll be able to get some of our shows over there to you as they had scheduled. And we look forward to seeing more of your documentaries, you know, for the music side of things, especially here. But if you haven't seen the film, you have to check out We Are a Thousand. Since it debuted at South by Southwest, what are where can fans see it now? Can they purchase it yet?
Oh, actually, we had the occasion to premiere the film in Italy. So we had a lot of Italian fans, of course, that had the occasion to see the film at Roma Film Festival.
Oh, okay.
So we had the luck to go on cinema for just one day, but after that we locked down the country. So
Mm.
theater shut down. So, but well, so and in the US we just premiered at South by. So just the people who had who attended the festival had the occasion to see it, and we had a pretty good audience for the days of the premiering. But well, we are waiting for, you know, to screen the film in theaters. We have a great distributor for the US territory, so you know, finger crossed, we wait for the right time to go on screen.
Okay, so it's not quite available digitally yet or available
Yeah,
physically, but
yeah, not actually at the moment, but I hope that it will be available soon.
yeah, because I think every music documentary fan has to own this because it just tells a really compelling story about how this transcribes. So
Thank you.
I I appreciate you taking the time. I know it's kind of getting late there early here. So appreciate you again taking the time, and we look forward to seeing more as it becomes available.
Thank you, Buddy, for the chat. Have a great day.
All right, thanks. You too. You know, Matt, I know you didn't get a chance to see that, but the film, it's really cool. And I'm all about music documentaries. I love them, whether I'm a fan of that artist or that subject or not is irrelevant. There's just something about those. And there's, I mean, I wanted to see this one just because of how cool it is. You know, you put all these musicians together and then they really tell the story about how they came together to bring the Foo Fighters over there. And it really worked out. Of course, I've heard they're nice guys anyway, and Dave Grohl I've heard is like the nicest guy in rock, and it was really neat to see this. So hopefully they'll get the right distribution and be able to get this on demand and you know maybe even in physical formats at some point. But you heard her there, you know she's waiting to be able to screen it over there, and you know they she said that they've been on lockdown for over a year now, and hopefully that's starting to lift. As you know, I guess we're grateful here in the U.S. that we have science that's further made us move further along. You know, putting all the political BS aside, that's where we're at now. You know, many millions of shots have been distributed by this point, and we're starting to get things back together. So I look forward to what the rest of 2021 brings at this point.
Including the return of concerts. This is really cool. We've been chronicling this a little bit, but things are being announced.
Yeah.
Eric Church just announced his tour, the Gather Again tour. Haven't heard that Vegas for Garth has been postponed, so I'm hoping, you know, if all clear is given by May, I'm going to be buying my plane ticket and going to Vegas
Yeah.
for the second time this year. I'm actually going in a couple of weeks as we're recording this, but I'm really, really excited to get us back to life.
Well, you know, and that's extremely promising. You know, and these tours, or Eric starts in I believe September, wraps in like May of next year. But a lot of the summer treks that were scheduled for Europe have been pushed back to 2022, while a lot of the North American tours have yet to decide what they're going to do, or they are planning to restart the touring here at least later in the year. So there's still a lot of stuff surrounding that. I know Kenny Chesney's pushed his back a complete year, just because for some of them, you know, it's just too unnerving at this point to call it and make do on the fact that they're gonna set forth and tour, and the way they want to do it obviously is at full capacity. I mean, who doesn't? So I don't blame them, and you know, hopefully we'll start to get back this summer and things won't change. I know here in California, as of this recording, June 15th is the date that they're going to fully reopen. So hopefully we'll get some indoor shows again.
They get the signatures, and all of a sudden he opens it. Oh wait, wrong show.
Wrong show.
That's right. The reason I'm dressed like a business casual Friday person is the political show I host. I just did an interview for that and then hopped on here with you. But it's true. It really is unfortunate how politics has affected whether or not shows can go on, whether or not things are going to be open. And I just hope we never have to see anything like this ever again.
Yeah, me too. I mean, last year was supposed to be the year of concerts. I mean, I had a slew of press stuff lined up. We had our own tickets that we had purchased separately for individual events, and of course the Garth and Vegas one. And you know, hopefully this stuff will get to rekindle. I know not many Vegas residencies have been announced at this point for this year. So I guess we still got a long ways to go before we're fully back as far as that goes. But it seems like every day more stuff's being announced. I know Guns N' Roses has pushed their European trek back, Pearl Jam as well, but North America is still expected to be on track for later this year. And all that and more is at musicuniverse.com.
And here's another amazing thing. Now, this will probably change as the show gets confirmed and they shore up the date and whatever else. But I went the other day and I sort of blue skied to see if we could get closer tickets for Garth in Vegas. And it is still sold out. According to Ticketmaster, by that fact, I don't know if this is true or not, nobody has gotten a refund and nobody is canceled. So all of those people who were supposed to be there over a year ago at this point, or at the point that we will finally have it, they will still be going according to Ticketmaster. So I was trying to make sure. Yeah,
that's great.
Go ahead.
I said that's great because that means people are eager to get out there and see shows. And, you know, you and I have talked offline too. I think when everybody's back on the road, it's going to be extremely competitive more than ever because everybody was forced to sideline last year at some capacity at that point. And, you know, some obviously got a few shows in and some have got none in. But I think when that happens, it's going to be a free for all for tickets, and they're going to be fewer, I think, to get than you're going to expect, as far as they're going to be harder to get, is what I'm trying to say, because
Yeah.
everybody's going to want to see their favorite artists, and the stimulus checks might be saved for concert shows.
What do you get out of my brain? How do you know I'm doing that? No, I'm kidding. Well, to be continued. We will keep chronicling this and keep talking about this. But for now, what a fascinating interview. We are the 1,000. Fantastic chat, fantastic documentary. So it sounds like, can't wait till that gets widely distributed. So we'll keep you posted. For the Music Universe podcast, I'm Matt.
And buddy, thanks for listening or watching. If you're on social media, keep checking out themusicuniverse.com for more, and like us, find us on socials at The Music Uni. Take care.